Kate Middleton, aka Catherine, Princess of Wales. Her personal stylist does a great job in putting together a timeless wardrobe which embraces classic silhouettes and high quality fabrics that we have spoken about extensively. Now, the quality of fabrics, the silhouettes that she tends to gravitate towards, all exude royalty, sophistication, and timeless elegance. Kate is also known for subtle luxury, so you will notice that she prefers understated luxury items with outfits that are quite beautifully tailored and accessorized with elegant pieces. Now, one of her heirloom pieces or heritage pieces, as we all know, is the famous sapphire blue ring that was passed down to her from Prince William, which was her engagement ring, if I'm not mistaken. Now, Kate Middleton's color palette, she frequently wears neutral and muted tones that align with the classic elegant aesthetic. Also, if you haven't watched my in-depth color analysis part 1 and 2 on the lovely Kate Middleton, I will link to it below in the show notes, and it is a must watch to get a better understanding and vibe for the type of colors that look absolutely amazing on her and work best with her overall personal style. Kate Middleton is in fact a cool summer woman of style. So if you are new here to the channel and you haven't watched my color branding series, please go back and watch that particular video so you'll get an understanding of what I mean by cool summer, soft summer, light summer. But in general, Kate Middleton's best color palette belongs to the cool summer color season and color palette. She absolutely looks stunning in cranberry colors, blues, greens, burgundy on the cooler side of the spectrum. So take a look at that particular video. Now, as I spoke about heritage pieces in which resonate and are Kate's signature accessory items are obviously heirloom jewelry and traditional attire. So anything that has to do with British sentiment, giving a nod to the British royalty in which she now is a part of, and also wearing her mother-in-law's jewelries at very special occasions. Now, this also emphasizes the connection, as I just mentioned, to history and tradition of the British aristocracy. Kate has such a beautiful poise and grace whenever you see her at a event or a gala, or if she's on a major tour. She's always very well poised. She's never found slumping or never has an expression of being upset or angry. She knows how to turn it on and turn it off when necessary. Obviously, it is a skill that you must be very much aware of and be very much present when you are at these events, because everything is being watched, everything is being judged, and how you present yourself in the exclusive circles that she belongs to, how you introduce yourself is equally as important as the wardrobe and accessory items that you put yourself together in to visually communicate who you are and what you are all about. Now, as you will notice when we get to the makeup and hair options for the classic elegant woman of style, natural makeup, neutral colors work quite beautifully with this particular style personality. So if you are a woman who doesn't necessarily like wearing a lot of makeup on your face, you like to keep your makeup neutral, you like to keep it fresh, then this style personality will work quite beautifully with you. Because as you can see, Kate usually opts for a natural makeup look with a focus on healthy, glowing skin. She usually keeps her eyes quite subtle, so she uses subtle eye makeup, and she usually opts for nude or soft lip colors. If you Google her makeup looks, you'll notice that she likes to keep her lips quite nude, or she'll use a soft, blushy pink color. Very rarely you will ever see Kate Middleton wearing a bold, solid color that's not really in alignment with this particular style personality. On the off chance, like Meghan Markle, you may see Kate wear a pop of red on her lips, but rarely you will ever see her wearing anything other than a beautiful nude or pink blush lip color. And lastly, her hairstyle. So for the classic elegant woman of style, you will be drawn to simple, elegant, flowing hairstyles that are not overcomplicated, that are not edgy, that are not trendy, but are classic looks. So often you will see Kate wear her hair in loose waves or a polished blowout, maintaining a sophisticated yet approachable look. Now, the outfits that I have selected for Kate in this mood board, I think represent the classic elegant woman of style with a hint of old money mixed into the whole energy and aesthetic. She looks absolutely stunning in solid, muted, neutral colors. When she is wearing her signature cranberry colors from the summer color palette, she automatically comes to life. I love solid colors for the classic elegant woman of style. Again, if you are going to opt to wear prints in your overall outfit, keep the print of that blouse or skirt or blazer very minimal, because oversized prints or very loud prints do not work very well with the classic elegant woman of style. It's just too loud, it's too bold, and it works better, in my opinion, with the dramatic woman of style, or perhaps even the bohemian woman of style. So as you can see through the photos that I've chosen here for Kate, she looks quite beautiful in wearing monochrome colors, as we talked about earlier. She looks quite beautiful in various shades of blue. And if you notice, the shoes are very important. As I spoke about, you definitely need a nude heel, a beautiful satin or velvet black heel, and also a pair of gorgeous modern ballet flats, as you can see that she's wearing in the gray outfit. So with that said, let's now move on to the beautiful and talented Amal Clooney. Now, Amal Clooney is quite beautiful, but she is also quite talented, educated, and is very much a Renaissance woman in my book. Amal tends to gravitate towards sophisticated silhouettes, which is very much in alignment with the classic elegant woman of style. She enjoys embracing sophisticated, tailored outfits that highlight her statuesque figure. She definitely loves to indulge in luxury brands, but if you notice, they are not logo focused or extremely flashy. So you will notice that Amal opts for luxury brands known for their timeless designs, such as Dior and Oscar de la Renta, which is another favorite designer of mine. So the accessories that Amal tends to gravitate towards are classic accessories. So accessories that complement her outfits and are structured. So structured handbags and understated jewelry. You will notice that Amal tends to channelize the personal style of Jackie Kennedy Onassis, which is definitely her modern take on the old money aesthetic. you will notice that one of Amal's signature accessories are oversized sunglasses, a beautiful structured work bag, and a great pair of heels or a beautiful pair of pearl earrings. Amal is the quintessential professional elegant woman. Her professional attire is often seen in her role as a human rights lawyer, which epitomizes classic elegance. I absolutely love Amal's career wardrobe. And when she's off to Cannes with her beautiful, handsome husband, she definitely knows how to channelize the energy of Grace Kelly on the red carpet. She has such exquisite taste, and I absolutely look forward to the red carpet season and knowing when Amal is going to be making her presence known. Also, if you look at Amal's mood board that I pulled for this particular style personality, again, solid colors work beautifully with the classic elegant woman of style. And again, you'll notice that it's neutral colors, monochrome aesthetic, and a pop of jewel tone colors mixed in with her wardrobe and accessory. Notice that she is wearing her signature oversized Jackie Kennedy inspired sunglasses, her structured luxury bag without the flashy logos, and she just looks effortless. Notice that her makeup is very subtle, and in maybe one or two photos she is wearing a pop of lip color, but it's never excessive, it's never overdone. Classic elegant style is very much effortless, it's very chic, it's very simple, and it's not overcomplicated. Amal is very good at maintaining a refined presence in both her professional and social settings, which reinforces her classic style. You will never see Amal in an environment or a setting that does not align with the personal brand of who she is. She had her own professional career before meeting George Clooney. So she was already established. She was already doing her own thing. And I absolutely love that she has maintained her own identity. Now, her makeup choices are usually quite on point. Typically, Amal likes to wear classic polished makeup with a focus on bold lips, defined eyes, and flawless skin. Now, I haven't done an official color analysis for Amal Clooney, but if I take a guess by looking at her photos, I want to say that she leans more cool and is either a deep winter or a cool winter woman of style. So again, if you haven't watched my color branding series, I highly advise that you go back and watch that particular color series. However, because she has such an intense contrast between her hair and her natural skin coloring, I can understand why she chooses to opt for bolder colors such as burgundies and reds you will see her wearing from time to time, but it works with the classic elegant style of her signature personal brand. Because she is so intense in her coloring, she can effortlessly wear a pop of red, a pop of burgundy, or even a beautiful bronzy color on her lips. Lastly, Amal's hairstyle, she's always so polished and groomed, so often you will see her hair styled in voluminous waves or a sleek pulled back hairstyle, enhancing her elegant and poised facial features. So Amal Clooney is definitely one to look out for in terms of her progression in her style evolution and what your grandchildren may consider as old money later on in life. So next up we have the beautiful Emma Thynn, Marchioness of Bath. And if you are not familiar with who Emma is, please do take some time to Google this elegant, graceful, classy woman who came up on my radar towards the end of last year when I was doing some research and I was pulling some looks to put together for a client board, and also when I was brainstorming the idea for this style personality series to present to you lovely ladies. Now, if you are not a fan of Meghan Markle, I completely understand it. Meghan these days is very much a divisive topic in general. That is not what this channel is about. I personally like Meghan Markle more so. I like her style aesthetic. I'm not really in favor of a lot of the decisions that she's been making lately, but that's neither here nor there. This is not what this channel is about. But if you are looking for an alternative option to Meghan Markle, then I would like to present to you the lovely Emma Thynn. Now, when I was learning to pronounce her full title, which is Emma Thynn, Marchioness of Bath, I was very much impressed with her backstory and her ability to create her own unique career path for herself. Now, Emma Thynn is very much a blend of old money and new money as well. She is the first Black woman in history to become a Black Marchioness in British aristocracy. And her husband, Thynn, and I hope I pronounced his name correctly, he is the 8th Marquess of Bath. And what I absolutely love about Emma's overall presentation, her aesthetic, her style, the way that she carries herself, is that she brings a quiet confidence into every event, red carpet. Her style is extremely elegant, it's polished, but it's also regal as well. Now, you'll often see her in rich, deep colors such as emerald green, navy, burgundy. Burgundy is one of her power colors, I must say. Ivory is also quite a beautiful color on her, and she wears floral prints quite nicely as well. I'm not a huge floral print fan for this particular style personality. However, it works on her because she does have a hint of dramatic essence to her overall style presentation, which makes it a little bit more easier for her to get away with it. And the fact that she's just absolutely stunning, and she's also the editor for British Vogue, it helps as well. So yes, I absolutely love the color palette that she tends to gravitate towards. And the colors, they flatter her beautiful warm autumn complexion. Now, I haven't done an official color analysis for Emma Thynn, but just by looking at her gorgeous pictures, I believe that she is in fact a warm autumn woman of style. Again, if you have not checked out my extensive color branding series here on the RWS channel, please do take the time over the summer to go through the color branding series. And if you are still stumped on knowing for sure what season, what color palette, are you cool or warm, looks best on you, you can always book your color consultation with me. Because as I have always been saying, color is the first pillar to putting together an empowered visual presentation, which is your overall style and the way that you present yourself to the world. It is extremely important because once you know what your signature color palette is, it makes putting everything else together about who you are from a visual standpoint that much more easier to recognize and to visually communicate to other people who you are and what you are all about as a Renaissance woman. Now, Emma's silhouette She tends to resonate quite nicely with clean, sleek lines and a elegant, dramatic, feminine structure. If you have watched the Bold, Artistic, Dramatic Style Personality, which is a 3-parter, you will know that I mentioned within that particular style personality that you will notice that certain style personalities tend to intersect with one another. And what I love about Emma Thynn is that she is able to channelize both the elegant, dramatic, and the modern element of what it means to be a classic, elegant woman of style. So she's a really good example of 2 style personalities intersecting with one another quite beautifully. Now, she also wears beautifully tailored coats. She loves to experiment with soft draping, and there's always a really nice polish, fit, and flare to the dresses that nicely curve her body. Now, when it comes to her facial features, her look is always very polished. If you tend to resonate with the modern, classic, elegant woman of style personality, you prefer understated, polished, groomed makeup palette. If you do choose to wear a pop of color, it's usually ever so often on your lips or a pop of color on your nails. You don't like dramatic, bold makeup statements. It doesn't really resonate with this particular style personality, but a pop of color here and there is always a really nice touch. Warm toned makeup, as I said, looks quite nice on Emma Thynn because she is in fact a warm autumn woman of style. Defined eyes, a matte lip, and gorgeous, warm, radiant skin is very much her signature beauty look. And she's never overdone. She does just enough makeup, just enough pop of color to get your attention or to get the right attention on the red carpet or gala events that she may be attending. And she does it quite nicely as well. Her hairstyle is always very sleek and pulled back, and it's often in a really nice bun or soft waves, just depending on the season. And she just has an overall natural elegance to her. It doesn't look forced. It doesn't look overdone in your face. It's a really nice balance of being a dramatic elegant, but also intersecting with the modern aspect of the dramatic elegant essence. So now you have been introduced to the lovely Emma Thynn, Marchioness of Bath. If you are fed up of hearing about Meghan Markle and all of the scandalous news surrounding Meghan Markle, take some time to get to know Emma Thynn. I think she's going to be doing some major things in the next couple of years in terms of possibly being more front-facing publicly and allowing the public to get to know her a little bit more better, because until last year, I didn't know who Emma Thynn, Marchioness of Bath was, and it wasn't until I went down the rabbit hole of doing my research, because I absolutely love researching anything historical, fashion related, anything that has to do with influential women. So you may want to take a closer look at who Emma Thynn actually is. So let's get into Caroline Kennedy. So here we have the beautiful Caroline Bessette Kennedy. Now, she is an icon on her own in terms of what she contributed to style, beauty, fashion, elegance during her time before her unfortunate demise in the plane with her husband, Kennedy Jr. Now, Caroline Bessette is known for her iconic minimalism. She is renowned for her minimalist approach to fashion, where she favored clean lines and simple designs. Whenever you see a photo of Caroline, she is never overdone. She's never complicated. She never looks fussy. She knew exactly what her signature color palette was, and I'll get to that in a moment, and she stuck to it. She never strayed away from it, and it always worked for her. And that is a huge part of creating a powerful, memorable, personal brand. Using your personal style is knowing how to incorporate and strategically use your color branding palette to create a personal style that is authentic to you. And that is what Caroline Kennedy was known for her minimalist style aesthetic and also her signature color branding palette. And we will get to that in a moment. She's also known for having a effortless approach to classic chic, classic elegance style. It embodied an old money aesthetic that is both timeless and sophisticated. She's not considered traditional old money like Jackie Kennedy and Lee Radziwill and Gloria Vanderbilt. However, because she married into an old money family, it placed her into an exclusive circle within society. And because of that, I believe that she is an equal balance of both old money and also the new old money that is known as the classic elegant woman of style. So in my opinion, I think that she emits both old money and classic elegance. With Caroline Bessette Kennedy, she is known for quality fabrics. She started her career off working for Calvin Klein and slowly worked her way up to a high-level PR position within the Calvin Klein company. So her eye for detail is impeccable. She is known to prefer high quality fabrics and known to prefer impeccable tailoring, underscoring an investment in lasting pieces. So if you ladies remember the section of the video where I spoke about investing in high quality wardrobe separates, that is what Caroline was known for investment pieces that can stand the test of time and which she can mix and match to create different outfits using her signature color palette. She very much embodies minimal makeup, and her hair was never overdone. She never experimented with trendy, edgy haircuts or hairstyles. It was very natural. It was very free flowing. Whenever she was going to an upscale event, the most that she would do with it is pull it back in a beautiful sleek bun or ponytail, and that was it. Her makeup was often quite neutral, and she would wear a signature pop of red on her lips. But other than that, she usually kept her makeup quite neutral, and I absolutely love that for her signature take on the classic elegant woman of style. So as I mentioned before, I haven't done a official color analysis on Caroline Kennedy. However, I want to say that she is a spring color season, perhaps a light spring color season or a clear spring color season. Now, when we look at her outfit selection, she had 4 signature colors in which she gravitated towards and never strayed from, and that is spring's signature camel tan color, signature black, and brown and white, and the occasional jeans that she will throw in there when she's doing her day-to-day errands. Now, black is not necessarily a color that works on clear or light spring women of style. However, the reason why she can get away with wearing the color of black, which looks exceptionally elegant on her, I must say, is because she is also a blend of either light winter or clear winter. So again, if you have not watched my color branding series, it is a must that you watch that color branding series Try to figure out what your best color season and color palette is. And from that point, figure out what your complementary sister color season is as well. And you will understand why she can equally wear black quite effortlessly and also signature colors from the spring color palette as well. If you also notice, she wears the signature white button down collared shirt quite beautifully. And again, I highlighted that in the video as well. Please go back and watch that section of the video because the classic button down white collared shirt is a signature wardrobe item for the classic elegant woman of style.